Hello and welcome to League of Legends. Now it's a recording today rather than a stream. I'm not confident enough to stream League of Legends at the moment. I've just been getting into the game and I'm quite new to it. But I did have fairly recently these two games here. One was a defeat, one was a victory. They were two very different games but basically playing the same character here, which was Misfortune. Now you can see these other ones, they're actually me learning how to jungle, essentially, just against a bot and working out the order to clear the mobs. But yeah, so I'm new to League of Legends, I'm learning the game, and what I want to do today is just kind of pick apart what I did well, what I did badly, what my team did well, and what my team did, in my opinion, badly. I'm by no means an expert, and there's a lot of videos, a lot of people spend a lot of time on those games. So if a grandmaster guy says something contrary to me, maybe listen to him instead, or maybe compare it to level of ability and what they would be able to pull off versus what I would be able to pull off. Anyway, we're going to start with the victory one here. I am playing as Misfortune in both. And then we're going to go through the defeat one as well. So if you want to skip ahead and see what I did badly, by all means, I'm going to cut up the video for you. So look for the mark down the bottom. Otherwise, we'll jump straight into the victory one. Now we are doing a replay here, so it means I get to control the time, get to control the camera as far as what's being played on screen, and I can, pull apart what's going on a little bit easier than if I were playing it myself, trying to comment as it went through. So here we are. Now, that's me here, Pooks103. My name is Pooks. And we're just getting started. We have the enemy team up the top right hand corner. And I might just pause for a second as well. And we have the map in general. Now we've got the fog of war turned on for both sides here. So I can see what blue team sees as well as what red team sees. If you're not familiar with League of Legends already, then basically it's kind of like a game of kind of capture the flaggy, but you don't take it back to your base. Essentially, you've got to knock down their defenses. So these are towers that will attack you, and then there's an inhibitor that stops super mobs from spawning, and then eventually the goal is to take out the other player's nexus. So if you've ever played Defense of the Ancients Dota, either in Warcraft 3, where it originated, or as the actual game proper, then very similar concept. Teams of 5 on each side, and different characters have different roles. They have different things that they're good at, different things that they're bad at. So typically what happens is that each of these paths where the characters or the minions will spawn and run up are called lanes. We have top lane, mid lane, and bottom lane. Then there's also a person called a jungler who will go in and attack the neutral mobs. And the reason why you have that jungler is to maximize the amount of gold that you can earn and spend on special items. So if you don't have a jungler, your team will fall behind. You're not maximizing the amount of gold and therefore special abilities that you'll be able to put out, and therefore the other team is more likely to win. So typically one person will go top lane, a particular type as well. In this game will be Toe Spider. Someone will go mid, and then you'll have two characters play bottom and a single on jungle on either side. Now the two characters who play bottom is usually a lane type as well as a support type. And the support type is usually something like crowd control or someone who really messes up the enemy team. But we'll see what happens, and we're just going to hit play. And so we can see everyone's streaming out to their assigned position. These guys are just checking up in the middle here. And the reason why they're checking up in the middle is just checking to see if the other team's going to do an invasion. And so if we see a heap of their portraits streaming in through here, then that's where we all get a little bit scared and just make sure that things are okay. Now I've just dropped a ward here in the grass, which will hide people. So that means that we see if anyone's going to be coming down here. And then myself and Harvest, he's a great player by the way, I really enjoyed playing with him, are hiding in the grass here. And what's going to happen here, we'll slow it down, is that this guy is coming down to his assigned lane. His support player is still sitting on their ass, really. So he's walking along here. He hasn't dropped anything. And then I've just dropped an AoE. So we're gonna take it back slightly. So my AoE is targeted around here, and it slows him down, so he can't run back the other way. Or if he tries, then he's going to be slow running through that, which is why I dropped it like that. If I dropped it here along his path, then sure, I might have done a little bit more damage, but he's got more chance to escape. So that's why I've dropped it there instead. So from here, he's turned around and then realized, oh god, there's two of them. There's no way that he'll be able to take out this fight. He's tried to run. I've used my dash. Probably didn't need it. He's turned around and he's doing the right thing here and inflicting him as much damage as possible. But this was the enemy's team's first mistake. Essentially, he came down, he didn't have support, and he was late to the party. So he set himself up to be vulnerable for that ambush, and we got first blood. So I got 400 bucks for the kill, and Harvestman got 100 bucks for the assist. So he's put us in a really good position. Now we're going to go back to normal play now. Now, skipping up to the top as well, we can ignore me for a bit, and we have Toe Spider, who's just let Obscure kind of wander on by as well. But this is a really interesting play up here as well. So the minions are coming in, and basically what you want to do is cut down the minions and you get gold for it. So you can see the plus 21 there. If you get the last hit on it, you get gold. If they die in your vicinity, you get XP, so you're going to level up from that. So Toe Spider's taking down, and he's just been running around trying to get a few hits on Toe Spider, but not much else is happening. Now what's happened here is he's gone in for a 1v1 here. But you can see that the amount of DPS that's being put out on him is substantially higher. And the reason what he did wrong there is that he wasn't taking out the enemy minions. He was trying to focus on Toe Spider. And as a result, even though it was a 1v1 on a champion, Toe Spider still had these guys doing a little bit extra DPS and backing him up. So of course he died and gave Toe Spider a kill and some advantage here. In the meantime, finally the opposing team, their support has joined the fight. So we've moved back. We did a little bit of the damage on the turret, but not too much. We will be having another kill come up here soon as well. So basically just, I'm standing up front, Harvest is just keeping an eye out. Now that was a really good play by Harvest that unfortunately I wasn't able to follow it up. But here again, so Leslie Bear is doing a runner. I don't know what was going through his mind, if he just misclicked and then was somewhere else and maybe he misclicked and meant to go back up here. But as a result, he gets taken down by us just by doing a Leroy Jenkins, basically. Now, the next thing that happens is that Toe Spider gets another kill on our bear up north. That's one thing that we did miss out on as well. If we go back and look up north here, Toe Spider is 2 levels above him and just annihilates him. So really what you wanted to do if you were the bear, I can't remember his name. No, not Harvestman. Obscure Umbrella. You really wanted to hang back and play defensively around your turret where you've got where it can shoot him. Basically, if you're at a champion, you attack the other champion under a turret's umbrella, the turret will prioritize you and attack you. So what I would be doing in this guy's situation is just really hanging back. So unfortunately for the opposing team, we've got a bit of an inexperienced player up the top here. And hey, we all learn as well. You know, it's a painful process, trust me. I've lost a lot until, you know, I've watched a few YouTubers to try and work out what's what, how to play. Also looked up some guides on how to really maximize abilities, and we're about to get another kill here, I think. No. So Doname did a really good job in just healing him up and recovering there. So we missed out on that kill. But if we fast forward a little bit as well, so what's happening here? We're about to see a kill both up north and down south as well. So we'll just go in the lead up to it, I think. There we go. Oh, that's right. This is quite amusing. All right, so I'm coming down from the north, unhidden. We've gone back to the base. He does a runner, and he does the wrong runner again. So he tries to go down, do something sneaky. I don't know why. So it's a bad play by him. He's run around. I'm chasing him down, trying to shoot him. Harvest Man gets this beautiful ice wall and then stuns him, and then we annihilate him. In the meantime, Fried Egg Roll has tried to come down and take us out and do a bit of a gank, but we have retreated. We don't know who else is around. We're thinking if he's going to charge in, then there's probably a good reason for that. We're both very low on mana as well, so this is both of us. We're channeling, we've got some gold, we're heading back to base, and we're picking up some items. So we're going to see in the chat on the left hand side here, yep, I've just picked up my Noon Quiver, and Harvest Man is probably going to pick up something in a second as well, so he's just waiting for his mana to be full. Nope, he didn't. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so in the middle, I was almost going to go up the middle just because there was a little bit of activity here. They might have needed support, but then I saw, okay, Send Spoods is coming up. These guys are getting a bit paranoid. They've dropped a totem here to get line of sight on that area so they don't get ganked again. And did we just get another kill? I can't remember. No, we didn't. Alright, so not much happens for a while. We're going to fast forward again until we get a few more kills on the board. So basically all that's going to happen here is a bit of back and forth. We're still harvesting the lane basically. So you're seeing that I'm alternating shots here. The reason for that is because Misfortune gets a love tap effect. Basically you get more damage if you're alternating shots between minimum. Someone signaling, be careful, that's on the opposing side, basically. And we're just really trying to push it up, get that turret down, and that'll allow us to push forward, or to split off, ignore our lane for a while, and help do some ganks here as well. So, not much happens for a while. We will go to opposing team. It's about to get a kill. So, Toe Spider does get deganked and taken down there. So, just looking at that, let's find out. Yeah, so she's pushed up against the tower. He drops in. Was really doing a number on Fried Egg Roll, but just with Obscure Umbrella coming in there, just manages to get that off. So unfortunate for Toe Spider. I'd say that Toe Spider probably did the best thing that he could in that situation. Anyway, so we're going to fast forward it again, and we're just going to do it a little bit before just so we can scope out the positioning here. I do get a death or two in this playthrough as well. I'm definitely not perfect. So we're just sitting in the grass. Yeah, this upcoming is a bit my bad. So he's coming in to gank us, and Harvest Man hesitates and runs around. I could have come back down a lot easier, and I didn't see that he was resurrecting, so I ran away thinking he's dead, and don't get the ability to take him out. So I retreat from here. I'm doing a channel. I'm going to go back to my starting position and pick up some purchases. In the meantime, these guys are going to go forward. Fast forward a little bit further. So I'm coming back up. Harvest Man is already here. Leslie Bear just did their R, which is their ultimate ability. And he just runs in, and then I get my own R out and just annihilate him. So again, a good example of bad positioning, or assuming that just because you're facing one person that there's not another about to come in and back them up, especially when you're pushed that far forward towards the tower. And likewise, we're just going to come in and we're going to do some damage on that turret. I'm just backing off, dropping in the attacks, wearing down those minions where we can. Now this is where I'm about to die as well. So I get a little bit cocky here. So this is a good example of always be a little bit cautious, you know? Don't be too stupid about things. So I'm running up hard on that tower. Only got one minion left. I should have retreated at this point. That tower smacks me, and she drops it down on me as well. So really good example that, hey, make sure that you're positioning well. You can't Superman this stuff. In the meantime, I did pick up my Kraken Slayer at the point, which is a crossbow that increases my attack speed. So I'm raring to go with my fancy new toy. And Fried Egg Roll just took out Empty Scabbard, one of our guys as well. Meanwhile, Toe Spider is about to ruin their life. Really good playing by Toe Spider. It was a pleasure to have them on the team. So I've snuck up into the fight, but you can see, hey, I've hesitated here. I've decided to go around as well, which turns out to be a fairly good play. So I'm sneaking in, and we get the kill as a result. Then Obscure Umbrellas come in as well. I missed with my R. That was a bad play by me. But Obscure Umbrella is going to come in and going to try to do some damage. He'll run off from here, which is a good play by him. The retreat was a good idea. Empty Scabbards also come in, just missed his R with a comment there. And then things get a little bit hairy here. Now Harvest Man did the right call by retreating here. We're still pushing up a little bit. We didn't realize that Sense Boots was fighting off someone there, but I think we get a kill here. I'm not sure that we do. There was a very good anti-gank by Sense Boots here, warding off a mirror was taken. I get really ruined here and decide this is a good time to run. Sense Boot blinks down and I'm thinking, yeah, he's being chased by something. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to portal back home. So again, once you're weak, you really should reposition and consider falling back. It's better than dying and giving the enemy gold. Because, you know, you might think, death doesn't matter, we're just going to respawn. It does a little bit. So we're going to fast forward a little bit more again. And I'm running up around the side here again. And this was some lovely play by me, if I do say so myself. Right, we're gonna drop back down and run this just at quarter speed. Actually, we'll go half speed until I get a little bit closer. So I'm coming back from having previously gone and picked up some food. And I'm just checking out this sort of area here. There's a few... So yeah, Mew was taken and was saying, hey, there's enemies around here. He thinks I'm there, which is, you know, not inaccurate. And I'm just running down this way just to see if there's anyone who's going to come in and gank harvest. But also to provide maybe a little bit of surprise here. So I run around the corner, and what I'm going to do is I'm dropping my E, which is that, and then I'm dropping my R. Now my E slows them down, so it means that they can't get out of my line of fire as quickly. And my R is this massive wave of bullets that goes out in a cone shape. So that's where that comes into play. And it absolutely ruins them. Takes out them both. Which is just, it's lovely to, it's really nice when you can get that sort of setup. And there's another one that happens later on as well. We take out the minions, I get a little bit too close, and we take down the tower. Now we'd also taken down the top tower here as well. So this is where we start pushing a fair bit. And we're starting to get into basically the end game here. So we've got a couple of guys coming up on the left to try and gank us. So really we're being surrounded by some baddies here. So we retreat a little bit. I use my E to take him down. And that's beautiful right there as well. That's a really good, I mean, not intentional, this is entirely luck-based, but again, really good use of Misfortunate's skills. So what I was using there was my Q skill. So basically what happens is it hits him and then bounces off to the next target. Now, a quirk of that Q skill is that if you kill the thing that you hit, the bounce will critically hit the next person. So what was happening here, we'll slow it down again to quarter speed. We're absolutely hammering on him. I'm running down because I'm thinking, hey, Leslie Bear's still up there. I turn around, I use my Q, it kills him and bounces and crits Leslie Bear, which wipes out half the health, right? And he's jumping forward still. He hasn't realized, oh no, I get another crit on him, and then Harvestman finishes him off. Meanwhile, Don Amon is coming down as well. I get a hit on her, or him, I'm not sure, you know, really. But we'll call her because it's a her as a character. Technically I'd be a her as a character too. And then that's really defeated their push. Now, in the meantime, Obscura Umbrella's also coming down here. So I turn around, realize he's there, get a hit. One of their players actually just disconnected then. I'm not sure if it was just a rage quit or not. I get out of that AoE. We're doing some really nice crit damage here. I'm running and turning and using my auto attack, and then boom, down again. So just all about positioning, keeping aware of what their abilities are, what they're going to be doing, and trying to outmaneuver your opponent. Now that's that same Q on the guy that it can kill, bounces off, crits them. So it makes for some really nice play styles. And once you're aware of that ability, what you tend to do is try and get these minions down to a point where you can one-hit kill them and bounce those shots off. And that way you're constantly using your Q to bounce shots up range. And if a champion happens to wander into that, then you've got an instant advantage against them. Now we're chilling in the bushes here. I don't actually realize how low Harvestman is. So I'm raring to go, right? So I'm just keeping to the retreat to the bushes to avoid targeting, and she's launching shots in, so she actually gets him down to the resurrect at this point. So he's probably none too happy with me, to be honest. Another Q coming up here, bounces, crits. So close to death. So close to death. I was cheated there. I feel like I was cheated anyway. But it allows us to continue to push off. She has to back up, get back to the circle here where she can heal up. Obscura Umbrella's coming down here as well. And again, I'm getting out of the range of that turret so it doesn't smack me down for attacking a champion. And we'll continue to stay up here, even though this might have been a good time to retreat. I'm just waiting for the next minions. I want to keep pushing and take down this turret because we are so close to it going down. I get a bounce off that. Bounces accidentally crits there, not purposeful crit. Toe Spider's taking down the turret. Empty Scabbard has taken off their jungler there as well. And this is where the team is just really pushing forward here. And we're pushing up. Excellent wall off to make sure that kill is guaranteed. Toe Spider's getting a little bit low but continues on. And yeah, that's probably... I wouldn't have done it, but hey, it was successful, so you can't really argue against that. But he is so low now. So low that sitting here, I would be using my B to get back home. But he managed to get a dash off across there. Meantime, again, that's a bad use of the R, really. We'll just go back to normal. So what happens here, we continue to fight up here. No one's really getting much of an empty, of a benefit here. We're just pushing up on this tower, not really expecting much. I've just called the back, calling for people to retreat a little bit, so that we're probably out of steam by this point. They get another kill down. In the meantime, I've decided to take out their blue buff. And Senspoods is going to take down the frog here. Now they do get a shutdown of Harvestman. And Empty Scabbard naturally retreats when he's faced with 3 champions. I've spotted this, and I'm running around the side here. Senspoods takes out ambushes Amur. And I get that Q off, which means even if he's out of range, it's going to continue to follow him and take him. Come down to help Empty Scabbard, but he didn't actually need my help here. So again, really good thing. I have a lot of gold here, so what I really should have done was actually return to base and pick up some new toys. But instead, I press forward because I'm a little bit greedy here. Also, I know that we've got the advantage at this point, so I'm not too concerned about the enemies. And we've just taken down a few of them, so I want to press my advantage while they're still busy on the countdown for their respawns. So again, pushing forward here. Just trying to take down this tower. Now a few of them are noticing this and saying, well hey, there's a few of them now here. We've got a few more. Now I'm going to slow it down again because I know what's coming. So 4 of them here, pushing down against 2 of us. So yep, they're all pretty confident, all pretty happy. We're coming down around the side. I know this, I'm keeping an eye on my mini-back. I get to this point and I go, okay, they're ripe for a takedown. Drop my R. In the meantime, Empty Scabbard also drops his R, so he uses his combat's ability, jumps in, wipes out 2 of them, wipes out the 3rd, so... And then just... Oh yeah, Amur is about to go down, there we go. And then Frido Egg Roll is left. And basically what's going to happen now is that the enemy team is going to surrender. So they thought, nah, we have no chance. We're up to the point where we're going to take down an inhibitor. There's no pushing back. Also, one of their players basically disconnected. So he was a leaver. I don't think that's kosher. I think even if you're losing or if you're sucking, that you're relying on a few other people here to really support you. And that's pretty much match game set. So my main commentary here is, yeah, we had some, Harvestman, he was a great support. His control of the battlefield using his crowd controls was really, really good. I think I did an okay job. I got off a few lucky Qs that really pushed back on the enemy and really did some horrific damage to them. I think that the initial ambush, I'm going to take credit for that. I think I did a really good job at taking him down at the start and taking advantage of his poor positioning and poor support from his friend. Anyway, we're going to head to the losing match now. Okay, now we're going to go and look at the one where I lost. That was a game immediately before. Very similar playtime, you can tell. And let's watch the replay. I believe I'm on the red team, so I'm up here. Here I am. And we're off. Now you can see I'm straight off the bat. I'm heading down, and I'm going to be having a look around at things. So unlike the team at the top in the last game, I've come straight down. I'm checking things out. I've spotted Ninjo. Dropping that. She's going to try it on, so I'm taking a bit of an aggressive push there. I nearly get sniped. That could have been bad for me. And to be honest, that was probably a little bit pushy from me. I'm checking out my grass, and my support is now coming down. So he's a little bit late. And that's really... And that, I think, is my first mistake there, is that I was playing a little bit too close to the bone when my support wasn't around. We even the odds a little bit there. Not even sure he's actually a support character, to be honest. So I did call bottom in it. I could have got a shot off, but didn't go there at Lux. Now, Lux is very good at crowd control and really good support character, and these guys are good at their jobs as well. So they are going to take me out pretty soon, I think, from memory. We are going to see a few kills come up here. Some levels going up. He was just chilling in the grass. I made a mistake in getting too close to him. He's running off and he's going to get dusted. Yep, so that's where I'm falling back at this point. There's no way I can take them on. Fortunately, he misses with that, otherwise it would have taken me out. I'm now channeling, heading back, so that's the one good thing that I'm doing here. In the meantime, up north, we've been creamed there as well, so there was... this guy got taken down. He's also only level 1, so that's sort of concerning, to be honest. You know, 1v3. Now, because we are out of the game for a little bit, we're missing waves, and it means we're not getting those levels, so immediately they're taking us a lead on here. So, caution is the name of the game. Sometimes if you're up against experienced opponents, and you don't feel like your support is doing just as well, it's always better to hang back. Now again, my support, to be honest, he's taken his sweet time. I've teleported and come back. Anyway. Alright, so they managed to take out Ashi up the top here. First kill on our side to their 2 kills, and that kind of tells you how this game is going to go, really, doesn't it? In the meantime, my support backs off. I think he's run around thinking somehow we'll get a gank. I don't know. I don't know what he was doing, if he's distracted or something. But basically he's left me to fend for myself while he runs around a little bit. I think he's just a new player, maybe. Again, he's coming in. He's entirely unsupported by me. And that was a really bad play by him. I had to take a lot of damage coming in just to try and get them off his back. In the meantime, he's continued to come up this way for some whatever reason. So I'm having to channel back to base, RTB, and he's sneaking in behind. He's 1 level 2 at half health against 2 level 4s. It's just, yeah. That, again, bad play, not supporting team members. It really makes this, I guess, this idea that you're Rambo, you can Leroy Jenkins this, is really not the case. In the meantime, we're not doing too badly up the top here. But at the same time, we don't really have a jungler. So, Horn Knight here. He should be out and about, occasionally jumping in to get a gank, but not really pushing a tower. But their jungler is basically got free range to farm, grab all the buffs. Down south, I take out Lux. Get a kill there, which is nice. It's a good turnaround for me personally, but I do so while my support is now up north. He's just wandered off, so now south is too hard. again. So I've decided at this point, hey, they did get a double kill as well. Let's go check that out. Where is it? Lux up here. Oh yeah, Crispy King, smashing through it. It's a bit more of an even fight here as well now. Now, when Lux comes in, it won't be. She can crowd control me. I'm pushed up a little bit too far. I see her that she's arrived, and you can see that I'm running my butt off to get out of there. Again, I got up too close, and I'm going to taper that now. Yep. Far better to be patient. That's what I've learned from this as well. Because you would hope that you would learn something from your own mistakes, right? And they've had the opportunity to really push that tower. It's down a fair bit of health now. My support is still up north on level 2, where everyone else is 4 and 5 or 6. Jungler just continues to reap up gold, no interference with them. They're taking down bottom tower. I get close enough so I can just kind of push them off this tower now. Missed the bounce on the Q there. Or it bounced, but rather it didn't bounce in the way that I wanted it to. Just enough inside that tower to make sure that they got to pay the consequence for that shot there, which is good. What you want to have happen. Basically, the only reason I'm pushed up as far as I am at the moment is to get as much XP and try and just keep them off this tower as much as possible. I am paying the price for it. You can see my health is tanking down. This is a point where I could probably back off, to be honest. I should back off now, but I don't, and I'm going to pay the price again. Yep. Now, it's at this point here that we probably have lost, but don't know it. And we've got 2 level 6s down here. Myself, I'm just 6. We've got a 7. This guy, whose name I won't pronounce, that's just disgusting. Even Crispy Kings is, you know, successfully holding 2 on her own. And the turret is only at half. I didn't realize that minions interfered with that particular. I really wanted to get the kill on them. And probably pursuing them a little bit too hard here. Yeah, back off, which is good. We do have a number of... Yes! But unfortunately, because he hasn't been jungling, he's not high enough level to really quickly gank him down. Also, with Master Yi, if at all possible, you actually want to run up and auto attack them, and then when they try to away, that's when you use your Q on Yi. Because you're giving up your mobility a lot when you're doing that. Now, I'm going to bounce off Ninjo, but because it doesn't kill her, it doesn't do much. I knew that hiding in there was probably going to be a mistake. I made that mistake though. I walked into that. In the meantime, you know, we've got so many of us down here, and the junglers just run around, up to level 6. He's ahead of our jungler at level 5 here. They're pushing up on the middle here, and he's level 9. 9, which is insane, so he must have... I don't know how he got that, but... So even then, Master Yi, at this point, he should be off jungling. And yet, he's taken my lane. Now, that was an R. Something I really couldn't escape there. Master Yi, at this point, should have backed off. I'm surprised that I haven't used an R yet, but I'm guessing I just haven't had the mana for it. Which might have been why I was sticking around a little bit longer than I should have. Getting greedy again. So you can see here I'm going to die again. I'm going to die. We'll just fast forward a little bit. We've lost, nearly lost mid. Lost bottom tower. But we have lost our leads. If gold-wise, they're nearly 10,000 ahead of us. 18 kills to our 9, so... we're really not doing good, and we'll see that start to play out if we just fast forward a little bit. I'm still holding my lane, but the center has been pushed back completely.
Blue team double kill.
That's when I'm choosing to channel back. I missed my E properly there.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
To be able to do an ER. It's too easy for Lux to just walk off the top here. What I really wanted it to be is in a lane proper, so in this section, or this section, where it's a little bit harder for it to walk out of that one. I think I must have had enough gold to go buy something. We'll fast forward again. Coming in the side here, see if I can help, but there's no one to really help, so that's where I back off. It wasn't going to work. And then I get ambushed up here, I reckon. Yep. And that was a good play by the enemy, Master Yi, just jumping in, taking down the person who's low, and trying to rely on that tower to protect them. So skip forward again. Using my R to get them back off there. Drop a Q on them there. That slow is what saved them. I knew I couldn't. Basically, I'm clearing off mobs because I know that we're going to have some heavy guys come in. Sneaking around the back here. Trying to take down that Master Yi. He had a dash though, so he was able to use that to escape essentially. I didn't realize there was a third. And yeah, now we've got this giant bear here. Yep. And the rest of the match pretty much ends up like that. Once you're pushed into this corner and you don't really have the gold. We also have one player disconnected at this point as well. Not that he was doing much, to be honest. And yeah, so that's where everything will take us down from here, and that's GG. So, what to learn out of both of these experiences, I think, is that really teamwork is crucial. Making sure that you're not pushing too far ahead unsupported when you're playing on bottom. On mid and top, fine, as long as it's not a point where you might expect a gank from a jungler, then you've got to keep an eye out for that. But certainly playing bottom, you've really got to work with a teammate, and you've got to really rely on your teammate knowing what they're doing and doing what they should be. Also, in terms of the gold count, if we look up the top here, because we didn't have that jungler, they spent a lot of their time in top lane trying to push with top lane. What that did was reduce the amount of gold that we had and reduce the amount of XP that we were generating. So really, you're better off as a jungler continuing to farm your mobs and then running in and pushing a gank every so often to help support your lanes, but not necessarily trying to take over the lane for them, because all you're doing really is not that matter good. I mean, we got rid of one tower up the top here, and that's about it. We've still got a tower down here, tower down here. We weren't gonna. There was no chance of doing a split push or something where they're pushing up on us, but we're pushing down on them, and it could have worked out that way. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this League of Legends playthrough. Let me know if you want to see more. I will be playing more. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying being back into some kind of competition again. Even if it is just pick-up games. I'm not talking ranked at the moment. But I will see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching.